Hi, my friends. As you can tell, I am in our classroom and I'm actually sitting in the middle of circle time. It's kind of boring because you're not here with me. You're not joking around. I'm not finding out your good news, your bad news, or just your silly news. So I decided that I would look through our library and I would find some books to read and also to take home for whenever I can't come back into the classroom. So I found one of mine and Maddie's favorite ones to read, and it's called Snatchabook. So I figured we would read the Snatchabook today. So I hope you're comfy. I hope you're ready, because we're going to read the Snatchabook. Let me get where I can show you. I don't have my videographer today. As you can tell on the Facebook comments the other day, she said she was the best videographer, but I'm not quite so sure. I'm doing pretty good all by my lonesome. One dark, dark night in Burrow Down, a rabbit named Eliza Brown found a book and settled down. When a Snatchabook flew into town. In every house, in every bed, a bedtime book was being read. Look at all the bedtime stories. I have to say, I do miss reading bedtime stories. Tales of dragons splitting flames, witches playing spooky games, pirates on the seven seas, princes trying to sleep on peace, and every child in every bed listened hard to each word said. Eliza Brown at number 3 was reading quite contentedly. Her curtains opened just a chink. She barely had a chance to blink. Her storybook just disappeared. Eliza found that very weird. The little owls on Mommy's lap were quite surprised to hear a tap. Again, against their bedroom window glass, tap, tap. The noise came really fast before they'd even looked around. The book was gone, without a sound. The wind blew wild across the sky. The smallest squirrel heard a cry. "What's that?" she whispered to her dad. But then, and this was really bad, before they'd had a chance to look, she'd lost her very favorite book. That would be hard because I don't know what my favorite book is. Do you? And so it went, night after night. Books disappeared from left and right. 5 books here and 6 books there. The shelves began to look quite bare. In Burrow Down, the rumors spread of book thieves under every bed. Eliza Brown at number 3 was keen to solve the mystery. She planned one night to lie in wait and use a pile of books as bait. Long hours passed without a peep. She nearly fallen fast asleep when suddenly Eliza heard a flap of wings, a bat, a bird. Eliza saw a shadow loom enormous right across her room. What kind of monster could it be, Eliza thought. You don't scare me. And yet her heart was beating fast. She'd have to face the thief at last. She threw the window open wide and shouted to the thing outside, "Stop stealing our books right now. Just give them back. I don't care how." "I'm sorry," came a little voice. "I really am. I had no choice." Eliza looked down in surprise. She couldn't quite believe her eyes. "So who are you? And what's your name?" The creature hung its head in shame. He mumbled with a mournful look, "I'm just a little Snatchabook." Eliza nodded solemnly. She sat the creature on her knee. "You can't just come and help yourself to every book on every shelf." A tear rolled down the creature's eye, and softly he began to cry. "I know it's wrong, but can't you see? I've got no one to read to me." Eliza sighed. He looked so sad. If he just had a mom or dad to read him stories every night, well, then he might behave all right. That very night, she hatched a plan. And so the Snatchabook began. To give back all the books he'd picked, Eliza Brown was very strict. Then, trying hard to prove himself, he stacked them neatly on each shelf. And when he'd made his full amends, Eliza called on all her friends and told them how he'd worked all night to turn a wrong into a right. And now each night in burrowed down as darkness falls upon the town, in every house and every bed a bedtime book is being read. I wonder what Snatchabook is doing. Let's see. And if you take a closer look, you might just see the Snatchabook perched happily on someone's bed, listening hard to each word said. For our parents who always read to us, and for our daughters, Lucia and Bethany. So, my friends, we just read the Snatchabook. I had a couple of connections here. Number one, I had a connection to the gasping garbage can, which we read at the very beginning of the year because she problem solved. She figured out how to catch Snatchabook, and then she helped Snatchabook also problem solve how to get to hear stories because Snatchabook didn't get to hear stories. And then also overcoming some fears because she's kind of scared to figure out who was stealing all the books. And that's what we've been learning about in class's theme or the overarching idea. And so she also kind of overcame her fears. And so I think that's kind of pretty cool that our book kind of has two connections to what we've been learning in class. So as always, you can also reply to the comments on the YouTube channel, or you can dojo me with, what are you reading right now? What's happening? I want to know. You know what I'm doing. Right now, I'm going to send you a picture of what I did all day. I made copies. Lots of copies. But you now have work to get you through this closure. And again, I'm going to be doing some teaching time. I'm going to set up some stuff at home where I can teach. Luckily, I have Apple TV at home, so I can teach and do some stuff on my iPad. And I'm going to do some supports. Parents, if you have questions, please let me know because I can also help you out. I can do some teaching lessons and some modeling. Whatever you need help, just let me know. I'm here to support you guys. I miss you, and I love you. So please let me know. I miss you. Let me know what's going on because I want to know what you're doing. I do miss good news, bad news. That's why I chose in the middle of morning circle to do our reading. Yes, I'm in the middle where no one's supposed to be. I broke the rules. I know I would get in trouble if we were all here, but it's just me. So I love you. Have a great day and get out and do some PE and enjoy the sun. I heard Mr. Lopez is going to send out a video or some information about PE soon. So get out, enjoy the sun, get some exercise. I'm going to go for a bike ride. Love you guys.